Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the Artist Influence. It's Brian back again with another video. Today I want to talk about something that is more of a concept than it is a question I've been getting, but the concept is that as a professional dancer, you really need to conduct yourself as a business if this is what you want to make your career as. And I know we hear that all the time and teachers tell us that, and we know it intellectually, but not very much of us put it into practice. So I'm just going to give you guys some practical examples of ways that you can start conducting yourselves more like a business, so that way you can really put your best foot forward and make those great first impressions on casting directors and agents and the people who are making the decisions of whether or not to employ you. So first and foremost, punctuality, right? Punctuality is like the biggest pet peeve of, I know so many choreographers in the industry today, especially with commercial dancers. I don't know what it is, but we get a bad rap because a lot of us show up too late to rehearsal sometimes. So the way you guys got to look at it, like, is if it's any other job and you're showing up 15 minutes late, you're going to get fired after a couple times, and it's not any different for dancers. So I always say 15 minutes early is on time, early you're late. Because you need time to get there, you need time to realize where everything is, and you got to have time to stretch out and warm up too. So if it's an audition or it's a class or anything like that, try to get there at least 15 minutes early. Simple business things that any other industry is kind of commonplace, that we don't have quite as commonplace in our industry, is things like personal websites, business cards, demo reels, having your resume in the right format. All of these things are stuff that is just taken for granted, and you're just expected to be able to have that all together. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in conversation with a dancer or a casting director and something's come up and they've wanted my contact info, and I've been able to easily just reach into my wallet and pull out my business card and give it to them. And that is so much more professional sounding than someone being like, hey, take down my number, blah, 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 blah. It's quicker when you're in a social situation and you only have a couple minutes to speak to someone, especially if it's someone that could potentially make a huge difference to you in your career. You want to be able to just simply give them a card with your picture on it, your contact information, so they know they can contact you and they'll be able to find you again. So that's number one. Those are really, really, really important things. And just overall conducting yourself as a professional. So when you leave your house and you're heading to rehearsal, are you wearing those ratty sweatpants that you wore 3 days in a row? Or are you wearing a clean pair of gym shorts or athletic pants or something that makes you look good and makes you feel comfortable dancing in, and that also showcases you in the good light? These are all things that we should think about every day. Simple things like hygiene, right? I'm going to say it again. Hygiene. I can't tell you how many times I've been in class with some of these dancers today, and I'm not pointing anyone out, not saying any names, but we all know we're supposed to be wearing deodorant. We all know we're supposed to be showering at least once a day, especially if you're dancing for more than 2 hours, right? Hygiene, brush your teeth, chew some gum. Like, these are all basic things, and I know I'm saying it and it sounds funny, but a lot of us forget about it, yeah? Especially when we're living these crazy, busy New York, LA lifestyles. We're running from place to place and we're getting to rehearsal, we're going to our part-time job, we're doing all these things. It's important to always remember that when you step out that front door, you're representing yourself and you're representing all the training you've done and all of your skill levels up to this point. So you want to put the best foot forward, okay? Another thing you got to keep in mind, I said it before, is a personal website. A personal website is a huge marketing tool for you as dancers, and I feel like nowhere near enough dancers utilize it, myself included up until this point. I'm really getting on, putting together a quality website that can showcase my brand and what I'm about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's powerful stuff. Okay, because if you're a casting director for, let's say, The X Factor, or let's say America's Got Talent, or let's say another show, an award show, or any big gig, and you're going through all these headshots and resumes, and it just starts looking like names and faces after a while, and it's tough to cut through the whole crowd of people. If you can set yourself apart with something like a website where someone can go and easily see everything you've done, all your pictures nice right there, your demo reel and all that stuff, it's like a store that's selling you 24 hours a day to people who can make huge decisions for you in your career. Okay, so something like a website, having your resume in the right format, that 3-column format that we use in this industry. Do not, on your resume when you go to an audition, do not write a paragraph about why you want the gig. Okay? That's what you do for a corporate job. Or if you're going to try to work at Equinox, or you're going to try to work a 9 to 5. Not for the dance industry, not for the entertainment industry. They want to see your credits, they want to see who you've worked for, they want to see your training, and most importantly, they want to see the credits that you have and the experience that you have. They want to see that you're not a green dancer who's new to the scene. And if you are new to the scene, and you're having trouble with what to put on your resume, showcase your training until you have enough credits to actually showcase what you've done as a professional, okay? And then the word professional is another thing that's thrown around very lightly in this industry. It's important to realize professional means I get paid for what I do. I am so good at what I do, I'm so put together in what I do, and I put my best foot forward well so that people want to pay me for the commodity that I'm providing, okay? So really take a look at your career, take a look at every aspect of your dance and your art, and start looking at it as also a business. It's important to keep the art side of it separate, and how you're inspired and you want to do things, you want to make statements, and you want to change the world with your art. That's super important, and we always have to hold on to that. But within that and around that, create a brand and create a business to get you to where you want to be. Because it's one thing to be a starving artist, right, in a little apartment, and you're trying to make your visions come to life, and you're so focused on your art and what your vision is that you forget the bigger picture of how to actually make that marketable. And then it's another thing to take the art and the vision, right, and also take the marketability and the professional mindset. That's when magic happens. That's when you put those two things together, and all of a sudden you're choreographing big shows, or you're dancing on someone's world tour, or you're teaching around the world, and you're making those dreams that you have for yourself in your career come true. Okay? So a couple people to just look up in the dance industry that I feel are really, really exemplary professionals and branding themselves in a big way. Look up Gigi Torres on YouTube. She's an amazing teacher. She's from LA. She's branding herself in great ways, and she's setting herself apart and creating her own lane in the industry. So that's someone to look for professional ideas and how to conduct yourself as a business. Another person who's not quite in the entertainment industry so much anymore, he's more in the technical side of things, but also another person to really look for of how to brand yourself is Angel Feliciano. He's a choreographer from New York. He's an old school hip hop dancer, but the way he's branded himself and created his own lane in the industry is really inspiring to look at too. And always be asking yourself in your mind, how can I leverage all the things that I'm good at to create more income for myself and more abilities for me to support myself doing what I love? Because that's how you get out of working that 9 to 5 or that part-time job and only taking classes at night and then going to an audition every now and then. That's how you transition from that to being able to do this every day, all day, and being immersed in what you love and what you love most, okay? So that's it for this week. Just keep in mind, you're a business. Every time you leave the house, you're a business. Every time you meet someone, you are a business, and you're your own business. You're your own PR team. You're your own marketing team. You're your own financial team. You're your own accountant. You're your own everything. So you need to wear all those hats until you get to a level where you can hire people to do it for you, right? And that's obviously the dream, but while we're getting there, keep looking for ways that you can encompass everything you do into your brand and put yourself out there as a business person, all right? So a dance business person is what we're shooting for. So that's this week's Artist Influence. We'll see you guys back again next week for another one. Have a good one.